Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Dr. Gray, your professor of positivity, and welcome to another segment of Power of Positivity. I am so glad to be back. I had a little hiatus because I was at a retreat. I was at a building and branding seminar, and it was called Next Gen Building and Branding. And some of you probably saw my social media that I had put up. And when I tell you it was fantastic, it was fantastic. It just got all my creative energy flowing, and it was an awesome experience. And I had to bring a little bit back for you. Had to bring a taste of it back for you because my next guest was on a team of those who put on the Next Gen Building and Branding workshop. And her name is Sasha Millar, and she is a branding photographer. And her bio reads as such: Sasha is a barefoot queen in her flower crown. With her camera in hand, she is here to plant seeds of love wherever she goes. Her purpose is to inspire and ignite the love and passion you have for you and your purpose through her work. What makes Sasha truly unique is she invites you to come as you are and be passionately loved for it. When Sasha is around you, you love every part of who you are. Nothing sets her soul on fire more than capturing those moments in life that take your breath away. She is humbled and elated to capture you, your heart, and your message. And when I bring her on, I just want to just say that she was working the camera. She was working the camera at the event. And all I saw was this young lady flying around with this big smile on her face. And she just oozed, people's aura is, you can feel people's aura. And she just had this aura of positivity and just a love for what she was doing. And she made me and Ange feel so special. She'd come by and she would take our pictures and say, "Oh, you guys are so cute," and give us these big hugs. And I said, "Ange, I know I call myself the professor of positivity, but she is just oozing positivity." So I had to have her come on, everybody. So I want you to give a shout out. Welcome to Sasha. Put in the comments. Welcome, Sasha. She is coming by way of Utah, everybody. So with that being said, Sasha, welcome.
Hi. Oh my gosh, your intro is so sweet, and you and your wife are I couldn't help it. You two were just so precious, and I couldn't help but sneak some hugs and some pictures and some peeks at just how genuine the love for each other is. And I love that you call her your honey, your sweetie, and that's just so precious. Like I aspire to have like a relationship like that in my future, and you two are just I so when you said you had a podcast, I was like, oh, please, I have to. The
Absolutely.
opportunity, just I think the stars aligned. I'm
Yeah,
so glad we're here
absolutely.
today.
Your energy is infectious. And Angie says, yes, Sasha. So happy to see you again right there.
Happy to see you too, love. Give yourself a big hug for me, okay?
Yes, indeed. So, Sasha, we were there for 2 days. And you never changed. You never skipped a beat. I mean, I know I've been in conferences before. I've run conferences before. You have those moments where things may not be going well in the background, but you stayed consistently who you were. And I was like, hey, look at her. I just kept saying, look at her. I mean, she just oozed positivity. And we got Donna Wells saying hi, Sasha from Frisco, Texas.
Hey, Donna from Frisco, Texas. So lovely to meet you. Give yourself a big hug for me since I'm not there to squeeze you too.
Folks, I told you this is who she is. This is who she is. And let's get into who you are and what you do. You're a brand photographer. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how you got into that field.
So I do so much more than branding. My favorite particularly to capture are concerts and events. So even if it's something as small as a birthday party or as something as big as where you and I met, where we were at the Next Gen Business and Branding event, those are rather large. I've also shot some larger concerts as well. So I really love capturing those, but I do portraits, I do branding, I do Instagram content, so kind of a mixture of both, if you will. I do family. Like I do it all really. I think the only thing I don't really do are weddings. And that's pretty much it. But everything else I love the opportunity to do. It's kind of an interesting story of how I got into photography. When I was little, my earliest memory of photography, I don't know if you were familiar, with film cameras and, little point and shoots and,
Yes.
where you like push down on the button and then to flip to the next roll of film, you have those
Yes.
little like,
That's going way back. That's going way back.
Yeah, that's where I started, actually. So I remember as a little girl, we were camping as a family. We did that every year. And my mom handed me a camera and she was just like, I just remember her kind of got like, go, be free, So I just remember walking around this campground and snapping photos of like the squirrels or, the chipmunks or like this tree and like just kind of just really loving it. And actually after that, I did find, because my mom's a photographer. She has been my whole life. And so she kind of, I just took to it like a fish to water, because after that, I remember just always like for, the end of school events, anything in school, anything I was doing, I always had a camera to document it. Like if you look at my external hard drive in my childhood, there's just files. And, keep in mind that my mom had to go through one by one by one and scan them in, because from about, I want to say my journey started in 1997 I'm trying to think of when digital came into play. I want to say like early 2000s, right? So from then on, all my work is in film. So I definitely just kind of took to that, and I always had a camera in high school. I was always, and once camera phones came out, always taking pictures. So I've been pretty much, I want to say, doing it my whole life. I really, but I never really quite took it technically seriously till about 2016. I think because so much of the artist in me didn't want to, take the time to learn the difference between, aperture and shutter speed and, just kind of all those technical.
The tech stuff behind it.
Yeah, the tech stuff behind it to really truly make great work. And so I started doing that. Well, maybe it was actually late 2015. I know it was November of 2015. No, October. Sorry, I can't get my dates right.
By the way, as you're speaking, there are people who are requesting some contact info for you, because they're saying, Donna said, I need a brand photographer for my products.
I would love to.
And Angie saying, give us your contact information so our viewers can reach you. Do you have a website, Sasha?
Yes, I do. I do have a website. I'm still in the process of updating it, but I have my contact information on there, and that's all updated. So
And what's your site?
So it's Sasha Milara Photo. So, but my name is spelled a little bit differently. So do you want me to kind of spell it out?
Spell it out, because I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so it's www.sasha, and that's SASCHA, so like Sascha, Milara, and MILARA, photo, PHOTO.com. And that will direct to, I'm, like I said, still in the process of updating, because it's just been such a crazy incline the past, since about November of 2020. So I'm still playing catch up. Yeah. But yeah, that'll give you all sorts of info. That'll link you to my Instagram as well. And then my Facebook page too. Definitely text is always best, but my Instagram too. Feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm very active on there as well. And yeah, I would love to hear from all of you. I would love to connect with you and capture all the things. Let's collaborate.
Yes. So your website is going across the streamer, and so people can find a way to connect with you. So that is awesome. And here's what I want you to do. When did you know that this is something that you loved to do? Not like, but something that you love to do. When did you know that?
I think deep down, I've always known. But I want to say the moment I truly realized that it didn't make sense for me to do anything else, because I've always loved photography, right? But I kept letting people around me tell me that it was unrealistic, or that, like, yeah, maybe you could do it on the side for fun, but like, there's no way you could make money doing it, right? Like, I spent way too much time listening to those around me who told me that I couldn't do it. So I just kind of kept putting it on the back burner, right? But it made me so happy every time I did it. I think two pivotal moments when I realized that it didn't make sense for me to do anything else were my first concert. Mind you, the photos from my first concert were technically very awful, but one thing I know, right? Like, it's so hard to admit. Like, they're like, and I'd be more than happy to show them to all of you, because one thing I do know still to this day, every time I look at them, is that they still have so much emotion to them, and I still feel something when I look at them. Even now, looking back at how much I've developed, how much better I've gotten, I
Yes.
still, like, that's when I knew, I was like, I could do this. I could totally do this, And then when when Minkie and Travis, because I mean, look at Minkie and Travis. They're beautiful people. They've worked with some incredible photographers,
Tell
right?
our viewers a little bit about who Travis and Minkie are, who may not know.
So
Give them a shout out.
yeah, sorry, I do apologize. Maybe I just am so used to everybody knowing who they are that I forget that there are
Yeah,
some
I know who
people
they
that
are.
don't. I know, right? There's some people that don't know how amazing these individuals are. So Minkie and Travis are gosh, how do I really sum Minkie and Travis up? They're business and branding mentors and coaches. Minkie's a beautiful model. Travis is a beautiful human as well. Like, they've spoken on stages across the world. They're life changers, to really kind of put it into perspective. Like, one way that I can describe working with Minkie and Travis, is it's like getting the fast pass at Disneyland, but it's like a different fast pass, right? Like, don't get me wrong, you have to work your butt off for it, and it's worth it. So worth it. But it's like stepping into this whole new world of possibilities and potential, and it's magical. I don't know any other way to put it. And you've been around them. Just being around them
Yeah,
is,
yeah. The energy is infectious. The vibration is infectious. Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah. And they invite you to they invite you one step closer to your higher self every time you sit with them. Like, it's an opportunity every time you meet with them to level up, to grow, not only as a human, but in your business as well. Like, I would not be where I'm at in my business if it wasn't for meeting Travis and Minkie. And I've known them since October of 2019.
Mhm.
And to even begin to describe the transformations that I've gone through from the first time I met them till now is just, I don't even have any words. It's like, I don't know how to properly describe it, because it's just been so insane. And the opportunity to put in as much work as I've had to put in, I just don't feel like I would have had otherwise, had I not somehow connected to them and reached out and gone to one of their events, and just, yeah. I
How long
have
have you
no
worked for
words.
them?
um I began work for them, I want to say it was November, October-ish of 2020 is when I really officially got brought on with the team, started capturing their events, started, working with them very closely, because I've been a client since 2019, but um, I wasn't their photographer until about 2020.
Okay. So I want to touch base around what you do in terms of being a brand photographer, because when I read your bio, it was so much more than that. I felt like it was so much more than that, because you talked about the possibility of transformation through what you do. Can you talk a little bit about that and the spirit that you bring into your work when you're helping your clients?
So I'm trying to like I'm so long-winded. I'm not a concise individual.
Please, by all means, this is the forum to go for it.
So I really appreciate that. Thank you. So what I just have so much passion for what I do, and there's nothing I love facilitating a loving, open experience with my clients. So like I literally want you to come as you are. I want you to be everything that you are, because I love the opportunity for loving you for 100% of who you are. And what I've noticed with my clients is that by facilitating that experience, they transform. There was one client who I adore her, but there was a moment where I was having her look in the mirror, and I was capturing from like a behind, so where you still see part of her, but you see her looking at herself in the mirror as kind of like kind of trying to, how do I put it? Like,
Capture that reflection moment.
That reflection, that transformation. And what was so fascinating about that one particular experience is she was having an emotional transformation right at that moment. And I got to capture it and feel it at the same time, almost as if I was experiencing it with her. And it totally happened by chance. All I did was facilitate the opportunity for her to experience that transformation. And she had that transformation on her own. And I just got to be a part of it, right? Like both of us looked at each other and we were like, did you
catch that?
Yeah, and we were both just like in shock because we felt it so internally at the same time. It was like we were connected, like that thing they say about twins, right? Is that you have that like telepathy. It was kind of that same experience, and it was so magical because it moved us both to tears. Like we were like, our eyes were watering because we were like, wow. And then the beautiful part. Yeah.
I remember this quote, and I forget when I heard it. It was a photographer, and it said, "I don't take people's picture; I capture the essence of their soul." And I just thought about that quote that I heard, and I don't even remember when, but I don't take people's pictures; I capture the essence of their soul. And I think that's what you're saying. I want to connect with people at such a deep level that this is more than just me just snapping your photo.
Yep, that is yes. That is what I do. I love capturing your soul. Like I just want to crawl inside your soul, give it a hug, and then provide you evidence, photographic evidence of that hug. Like that's what I want to do. I love it. I thrive off of it. I want no different experience. Like I don't ever want to come into a session where I just take your picture and go home. Like I emotionally, physically am not in alignment with that. So any other experience is just it's yeah. So I can't do it any other way.
Have you had any experiences with people who you didn't connect with that way, and they came in for whatever reason, your aura didn't connect with theirs? And if you have, how did that make you feel? Like,
I will, to be honest with you, and it was in my earlier career to where I wasn't at the point to facilitate the type of experience either. So I wasn't at that level that I'm playing at now. So I definitely had like a couple of clients that I didn't really quite connect with, and it wasn't that type of experience, but I wasn't providing that type of experience either. So it definitely didn't, I didn't feel alive, like I do when I capture your soul and give it a hug and then, you know, give you the proof of it later, you know, after I've spent hours editing that proof. But yeah, I've definitely had a couple, but I wouldn't say very many, to be honest with you. Like if I'm looking back, I maybe out of the hundreds of clients I've had, I would maybe only say 2 or 3, if that, to be honest. Otherwise, I think the difference for me so much now is that I facilitate the experience in such abundance that I don't really attract people that, at least at this point, that are not ready to receive my love. Like my experience, like I'm trying to explain it. I'm not quite sure I'm explaining it very well, but I'm just at that
You
point
are.
where
I feel it. I feel it. I do. I'm listening to you talk, Sasha. One of the things that I really, really like about you is you own up to, and you put the onus on yourself. Even when you talked about your early career, you said, listen, those pictures weren't very good. You know, you talked about your growth. And then you said, well, maybe I wasn't providing them what they needed because I wasn't at the place where I wanted to be at that time. I like how you take ownership. You didn't just say, well, listen, I just didn't connect with them. You said, no, it was on me. And that is leadership at its best. I mean, I really like how you presented that. That is awesome. Here's what I want to ask you. I want to pivot because where does your positive mindset derive from? Where'd that come from?
Oh, that's a loaded answer. So a lot of work. I can honestly tell you that it took me such a long time to even get where I am today. And I'm still not quite where I want to be. Like I think what really truly happened is meeting Travis and Minkie. There was a conversation that Travis and I had in my early clientelehood, if you will. Like I had maybe been a client for a couple of months at that point. And, you know, Travis, I was crying to him on the phone, right? I was a mess. I was, you know, like I was just in such a tough headspace that, you know, like I needed what Travis needed to tell me. And Travis very bluntly said to me, Sasha, you walk around as if everybody shot your dog. And it took me back because here I am in this emotional state. I'm crying. I've had enough. So much is blocking me right now. I'm so caught up in my story. I'm a mess, right? And he said that to me and I was just like, whoa. Like I had no words. All I said to him was, okay, because that's all I had. I didn't have anything else to say, right? Because he called me out so hard, and much appreciation and love, because from then on, I really took a step back and was like, whoa, he's right. I do walk around as if everybody shot my puppy. Like I'm so miserable inside myself, and I'm the reason why. And I've always been such an abundantly, intensely loving person. Like the individual that you met has been the person I've been my whole life, but I identified so much with my story and I held on to my story like it was like I held on to my trauma like it was a trophy, right? Like I identified so much as that damaged, unlovable girl that person inside of me, I just kept like pushing down.
And the pain manifested.
Oh yeah, the pain manifested. And you know, when you're so miserable, misery loves its company. You know, like I kind of kept going around that hamster wheel until Travis said that to me. And that's when I kind of realized, like, oh, wait, I can step off this hamster wheel? Really? I can be, you know, like, just in such shock and such disbelief. And then kind of really started to put the actions towards getting off that hamster wheel. And it was like, you know those bug zappers, right? Those light bug
Yes.
zappers. It was like it was just like blindly falling into one and getting zapped
Hmm.
and really liking it. And I just kind of
That's an
kept
interesting
zapping
analogy,
myself.
but okay.
I know, right? I know, right? I don't know
I
where it
love it.
came from, but like
Love it.
that's the best way I can explain it is I started to get zapped
Yeah.
and I started to love it. I started to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and love the person that was looking back. And suddenly all these opportunities and people started coming to me. And then I did 75 hard and it just like
Now
it kind of
tell us more about 75 hard. Tell us about that.
So 75 Hard is a mental toughness challenge that Andy Frisella, I don't know if you're familiar with First Form,
No.
but Andy Frisella is the CEO, CFO of that company. Like he created the company with a partner of his, and it's a supplement company. It's a fitness supplement company. And Andy got, and if you listen to his podcasts, I mean, I would be happy to like link the specific one. I just have to like find it for you.
Absolutely.
But he
I'd love
created
to.
this program, right, to develop mentally tough habits to, give you that grit, give you that fortitude, that mental toughness, that confidence, right? Because as we go along in this journey, we think for whatever reason that these behaviors are just given to people. Like you
Hmm.
either have it or you don't. But the reality of the situation is that you can develop these habits through this program. And it's an intense program, guys. So for 75 days straight, you have to work out twice a day. And they have to be for 45 minutes, no less than 45 minutes. You can do more, but no less.
Hmm.
One of them has to be outside. You have to pick a diet and stick to it. You have to read 10 pages of a non-fictional self-developmental book a day. You have to take a progress picture. You have to drink a gallon of water. And no cheat meals, no alcohol, you have to essentially create your life around this program, because if for any reason your workout is not 45 minutes, if you drink 1 ounce less of a gallon of water, if you forget to take your progress picture,
Hmm.
if one of your workouts you don't do outside, you have to, so say you're on day 56 and you take a bite of an Oreo that you weren't supposed to have, you have to start over on day one.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's in
Ooh.
I know,
Yeah.
right? It's
Okay. Talk about
intense.
accountability.
Oh, it is some
Did you
serious
ever have to start over?
accountability. I'm sorry, what?
Did you ever have to start over?
Nope. Well, actually, wait, just kidding. So I did
Oh.
it the first time in July of last year, and unfortunately, due to a life-threatening situation, if you will, and I'm not saying that like I was gonna die or anything, but it was a cohabitative abusive situation where I had X amount of time to get myself into a safe situation
Hmm.
that I had to, it was either that or 75 hard. And I chose that. I chose my life and I stand by that decision. But I started 75 hard again for the second time because I wanted it so bad. I want that confidence. I want that mental toughness. I want that grit, that
Hmm.
fortitude. I want that success. And I started 75 hard October like 23rd, I believe. I'll have to look back at my calendar, but I started it October 3rd of 2020 and completed it I think it was January 10th, if I remember correctly, January 10th of 2021, I completed my 75 days to completion. So I guess I did have to start it over once, but it wasn't because I, cheated or forgot my gallon of
Right.
water. It was because
How'd you
I
feel?
essentially,
How'd you feel when you finished?
I might get emotional.
Please,
I have
listen,
no words.
please, by all means.
You're like, cry, it's okay. I appreciate that. Thank you for facilitating such a safe place for me to do this. I have no words. I was so speechless because I was always that girl that wasn't going to go anywhere. I was always that girl that wasn't going to do anything with her life. And yet here I am sitting down in my bed looking at my 75 hard tracker app and realizing I've completed it. I don't have another task to do. Like I've done it. I've finished my 10 pages. I finished my gallon of water. I've already done my 2 workouts for the day. And I didn't cheat on my meals. And it was just this completely surreal out of body experience. And just just a complete transformation. I keep getting so many people that reach out to me that are like, you are so different. What did you do? And for me, I'm still like, what? Like, I, I don't like, I feel so different, but so shocked at the same time that as surprised as they are at my transformation, I'm just
You're
as
just as surprised.
surprised and yeah, I'm just as surprised and humbled. So it's so fascinating to me when Travis says something or Minky says something or like another friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while is just like, wow, Sasha, you're so different now. And I I can't even begin to tell you how much it means to me that I was able to do it. I if there is anybody that is looking for something different, looking for a challenge, ready to become a completely different person, I 100% advocate for doing 75 hard. It is the best self-invest. It's one of, because I mean, I
Is
definitely
there a
want to say
website
that.
for that?
Yes.
What's the
So
website?
if you go to 75hard.com, sorry, I got something in my throat. If you go to 75hard.com, that will give you all the information. And as well, if you have any, like if anybody has any other questions about it, I am an open book. I will tell you all the things. Like I even tracked the days that I struggled because there were so many days within it that I almost gave up, but I couldn't, just amazing. Like I cannot sing enough praises for that program and what it has done for me.
And so what I'm seeing when I met you, because I met you last week in Phoenix. So I'm seeing the residue of your transformation.
Yes,
That's
you
what I'm
are.
saying.
Yes, you are. I wish we could have met sooner, but I love that, the universe was like, hey, now's the time. And I'm so grateful we're here now. And I so can't wait to see you and your beautiful sweetheart again.
Absolutely. Well, you'll be seeing us at the next event because we are signed up and we are there. We are there.
Yay!
Absolutely. So
Yay!
here's what I want to ask. You're in your passion area. You're in your transformative element. What's next for Sasha? What's next?
Oh gosh, all of the things.
I
I
love it. I love
definitely,
all the things.
oh, well, all the things. Like I want to leave an unshakable wake of love everywhere I go. So I just want to continue expanding on that. I want to leave, I want to permeate every room I walk in with love, that the people, that I infect people, like the coronavirus. I just want to infect everybody with love.
Yes.
um, I definitely intend on expanding on my photography. I definitely want to my intent is I'll be going to Nashville and I want to turn a complete home into a studio, that will, every room in the house is a different vibe, a different energy. So more creative opportunities can be expanded. I definitely want to help as many people as I can by sharing my story and being very vulnerable on my Instagram and being very vulnerable just even when you meet me. I want to expand on my public speaking as well. I'm definitely hoping to, do some more, take some more opportunities like this to sit down and talk with amazing and remarkable individuals such as yourself.
Thank you.
I definitely, I just want to expand on my lust and love for life and share that with the world and turn it into art. I'm hoping to have a gallery this year that I'll be dedicating to my mother. I plan on publishing a couple photo books as well, one with dads and daughters. So if there are any daughter dads, please reach out to me. I want to capture
I have
you.
4 of them.
Can I please capture you and your daughters?
Absolutely.
Please?
Absolutely.
Yay. Okay, we're gonna figure this out after.
I'm the only guy in the house other than my lab Marley. I'm outnumbered. And we also have a Scottish Terrier, Maisie. She's a girl. So I am vastly outnumbered in my house. So yes, I would definitely love to do that. But I love my girl.
Yay. Okay, because I want to publish. So like the intent behind the daddy daughter book that I want to publish is I want to take an opportunity to highlight daughter dads. As much as I know being a dad is just this beautiful blessing, being a girl dad, like I don't think as many dads realize how influential and as crucial as their role is, because being a daughter myself, I feel like if my dad and I had a different type of relationship, so many things would have been different for me. And I want to really take that opportunity to also heal with my relationship with my dad and just highlight amazing dads, right? Because I just don't think you guys get enough credit for, you know, how difficult your part is too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely think being a mother is, you know, I have mad respect for every mother because, you know, being a mom isn't easy either. And just the fact that you guys, you know, you all take on this beautiful job that I can't wait to have. And I just have so much profound respect and love for what you guys do. And I want to highlight that. And so I want to turn my own experience into art and share that with, you know, other dads and daughters and give you, you know, these pictures that you can have for a lifetime and remember that moment that, you know, you got to just hang out with your daughters and be yourself, you know.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you see coaching in your future?
I think so, yeah. I haven't quite narrowed down what niche I would. Like, part of me wants to use.
I'm going to tell you why I asked that question, because that's the sense and the vibe that I'm getting. Even when you said you want to use your passion for what you do to be a healing vessel for somebody else because of your lived experience. And that's what coaches do. We move people from pain point to happy place. That's what we do. And that's what you're saying that you want to do. You said, listen, I know what I've been through, but from what I love to do, I want to help people see another point. So I feel and I hear coach in you as well.
Yeah, I definitely considered it. I think I would love to go into a type of coaching where I work with artists such as myself, creative types because I know as a creative type, I've run into so many creative blocks because I didn't really quite understand how to work through my mental blocks, right? Like outside of my creativity, like what's really going on, you know, like inside, right? And I would love to facilitate an opportunity for that. But I also want to find a way to use my photography because I want to take people's stories. I want to take your trauma. I want to take, you know, the dark pages that you're in your book that you're maybe, you know, kind of, you want to keep them shut, right? Well, I want to open them on up and I want to turn them into beautiful art that not only heals you, but also gives someone else an opportunity that looks at that picture and feels something too. Like, I want you to feel something every time you look at my pictures. And
I'm gonna start calling you the positivity photographer. You're the positivity photographer.
Thank you. I love it. I will own it. Can I have a shirt that says positivity photographer?
Absolutely. We got a friend of ours named Yashika B. And Yashika B is gonna she's gonna make you a shirt. It's gonna say the positivity photographer. Absolutely.
Please, I will send you my address, please.
And
I would be
we're gonna bring
honored.
it to you. We're gonna bring it to you in June because the next event is in June, correct?
Yay! Yes, it is in Arizona, I believe. Yeah.
June 4th and 5th. We'll be at that one, and we have a T-shirt that we're bringing for you. the positivity photographer. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm serious. I can't wait.
Because it's you. I mean, that exudes who you are, and I mean, it's so hilarious that me and Ange, we almost felt like stalkers. We were like, Ange, look at her. She's still smiling. Ange, look at her. She's just floating around the room. Ange, look at her. She's just hugging people. We had a ball with it, but
Aww.
I enjoy that vibration because I always say that bad news travels the world twice before good news gets out of bed. So it's refreshing to see people who exude positivity in the midst of all of this chaos.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a pleasure to see.
If it makes you feel any better, I was stalking you too, because every time I would see you put your hand on her shoulder, I was like, oh, let me go get it. Oh, you're so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, so don't worry. The stalking was going both ways.
The stalking was mutual. So you heard it in live, folks. The stalking was mutual. And you heard that, right? The stalking was mutual. Everybody, I am speaking with, so there's Anne. She said, we were amazed by your consistent energy. So, and Robin Clark said that Sasha gives lots of good energy and love.
Mm-hmm. Yes. My goal is honestly to exude love as naturally as the sun gives off heat. That is, if I could wake up every morning and do that, I feel like at least bare minimum, I'm doing something. Like even at my worst, that's what I want to do because that fills my cup up.
The Book of Life that I believe in so strongly says you are the light of the world. And we are the light of the world, and we're to let our light shine. And you are definitely letting your light shine. And says mutual stalking.
Yeah. Yes. Well, by doing that, I unconsciously give you permission to do the same. Not that you need it, because I feel like you as a natural individual, you exude love and light the same way I do, as naturally as the sun gives off heat. And when we do that, we create this like big bubble that invites people to walk through and come in and it's contagious and it's natural and it's beautiful and it's everything that I want every experience I have with people to be. And I want to give as many people as possible who feel like they need permission, even though I don't feel they do. I want to give them that. I want to, and just let me love you. Like I had a friend that was like, Sasha, anything that'll let you love it, you'll love it. And I'm like, well, you're not wrong.
Yeah, pretty much. But you know what? I wish we could clone you. I wish there were more like you, because I believe that it is our job to be purveyors of positivity. We're to be the light of the world. We're to be the bringers of inspiration to people, because that's how we help people. And Les Brown says right now, the world needs hope. The world needs hope. And how does it get it? It gets it through us. So thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for more than that. Thank you for who you are. It was my pleasure meeting you. It was Angie's pleasure meeting you. And this will not be the last time, because I got to have you back, because there's more that we can discuss, I'm sure. Because I really want to get down to the background of your story. Because I know you have a story, and it is a fascinating one. And one day it's going to end up in a book. I guarantee you. It's going to be in the book, and I know it, and I see it already coming. But thank you so much, Sasha, and this was last minute. I mean, I said, hey, because I know we talked in Phoenix about this. And then I said, hey, are you available this Friday? He was like, yes, indeed. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, I made myself available for you.
Thank you so much. I can see why Travis and Minkie have you on their team. I can see why.
Oh, I can see why. Seriously means so much. Thank you. And I really, again, I would love to do this again. Let's totally do it. I cannot wait to see you and your sweetheart oh gosh, I'm just so excited, in June, and I will hold you to my t-shirt.
Oh, absolutely. And Ange is on this call. Ange, we got to get Yashika B to make some Sasha t-shirt that says the Positivity Photographer. So it is done, and that will be done. And Yashika B is, when I tell you, she just has this eye for putting who you are on a t-shirt that's uniquely you. I mean, that's just her thing. She has an eye for that. So I guarantee you, she's going to do an awesome job with that t-shirt. So I can't wait. And Robin,
I have no doubts.
Robin Clark says, great show. Robin, thank you so much for tuning in. Angie, thank you for tuning in.
Thank
For
you.
everybody who connected in, Lloyd Harris, thank you so much. And
Oh,
for
hey,
everybody,
Lloyd, how are you?
yep, he came in on his lunch break. Donna Wells, God bless you. Pratiba was on here, God bless you. And yeah, others that came on.
Oh.
So thank you so much. And Sasha, I'm gonna ask you to do something that I ask all of my guests to do.
Mhm.
And I ask them, I give them 2 minutes, and I
Mhm.
put the spotlight on you, and I say, I want you to speak positivity and life into somebody who may be watching this, and that's what I want you to do right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you on solo, and you have 2 minutes to speak blessings and life and positivity and love into somebody. So here you go. The floor is yours.
Oh my gosh, the pressure's on. So, to everyone who's listening and watching, first off, I want to first tell you how grateful I am to have the opportunity for your ears. It means so much. I also want to tell you that I don't know where you are right now. I don't know what you're thinking, and that's okay. Because I want you to know that wherever you're at, you are right where you need to be when you need to be it. I want you to listen to the voices in your head telling you you can, because truth of the matter is, whether you say you can or you say you can't, you're right either way. I want you to seek every opportunity for light and love, because you've been given this beautiful life, right? No matter how short or how long it is. And I know deep in my heart, whether you know it right now or not, you are going to do some amazing things. All you have to do is put in the work. And taking the time to put in the work is worth it. It's going to be hard, it's going to be long, but the hardest and easiest decision you make is choosing yourself, because when you choose yourself, you choose the world. Because when you walk in alignment with who you are, you give people that may just kind of come into contact with you briefly, or you give the ones closely around you the opportunity as well. So to kind of wrap it up, I kind of rambled a little bit, but please forgive me. What I want you to know is that you are valuable, you are lovable, you are important, and you are worthy. I hope that you look in the mirror today, and I hope you know those as truths, and I hope you choose the path in pursuing those truths. I want to thank you. I want to let you know that I love you. I am so excited to connect with you. Please reach out. Any questions you may have, any comments, concerns, criticisms, what have you, my door is always open, and I cannot wait for the opportunity to hear your journey, listen to your accomplishments, and just cheer you on. I am here for you, and just thank you so much for this opportunity for your ears. It's a serious privilege. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Well, listen, you spoke life and love into me, and I felt it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I felt
I was so nervous. I kind of jumbled over my words a little bit. I was like, wait a
I
second,
felt
what was the
that.
point?
I felt that, and Robin agrees with me. She says, "Thank you, Sasha." I felt that. I really did.
Oh,
Listen,
Robin, give yourself a big hug for me, you wonderful woman, you.
there's a power in authenticity that is undeniable, and that's what
Mhm.
I get from you. Just this authentic person walking in her authentic self, and just sharing that with the world. And Angie said it too. Thank you so much for your kind, encouraging words and spirit.
Thank you. Again, seriously, I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to come in last minute. Thank you for sitting down with me and talking to me. And I hope we do this again. Let's schedule it.
We most certainly will, and I will even make sure that you get a copy of this video. I will make sure I get it to you so that you can have it. Absolutely.
Yay! Because I so want to show this to my mom.
Make sure you tell mom
I'm
I
so
said hi,
excited.
and tell mom thank you for who you are. Tell mom we thank you for who you are. And
Thank
Ann says she
you.
loves your I am. She loves your I am tattoo.
Oh, thank you. It's got a story that I would love to share with
And
you.
guess what?
So yeah.
That's the story that we're going to get into the next time we talk. Show everybody your I am tattoo.
Mhm.
Show everybody
Oh,
tattoo. There you go.
Yeah, hang on.
There you go.
And then,
I am. I love it.
mhm.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Sasha. This has been awesome. This has been great. And we're definitely going to have you back. Thank you so much. Take care.
Oh, thank you so much. Love you.
All right.
Thank you.
That was Sasha Malara, y'all. And when I tell you that was one of the most enjoyable interviews I've had, just simply because her spirit just resonated through the screen. I mean, my goodness, she truly walks in her passion and her love and her positivity, and that is awesome. This has been Power Positivity. I am Dr. Gray, your professor of positivity. And for now, class is dismissed. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have an awesome, blessed weekend. And may God continue to walk with you and keep you and bless you. Take care, everybody.